This can't be happening. The Boston Celtics have another collapse in the fourth quarter here as they lose to the Atlanta Hawks 120-118 after being up 22 points and doubling their score in the first quarter. This team just consistently scored a little bit worse on the offensive side and could not hit any clutch time shots as the Hawks fought for a harder victory. We're going to be breaking down, looking at, is this a real problem with the Boston Celtics, or was this just a fluke game with the squad? All of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. Before we get into all of it, 73% of you guys are not subscribed, so we'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. We just did a live watch along with a bunch of our fans over here watching this game, and unfortunately, it was a loss. But as the Celtics look to get revenge on Thursday night, you can join us to that watch along by helping out and supporting us. Would appreciate it. We'll catch you guys if you guys are there. But without further ado, let's get into the video at hand today because we need to discuss what just happened. Like I mentioned, fortunately for the Boston Celtics here, they scored 44 points and shot 50% from three-point range in the first quarter, and it just completely fell apart in front of our eyes. Want to look at the team stats here? You can see the Celtics shot a whopping 50% from the field and 29% from the three-point range. Like I mentioned, 50% from that three-point range in the first quarter dropped to a 30%. Now, the Celtics also struggled from the free throw line, shooting around 69%, and I know that the Hawks shot a worse percentage, but they have players like Bruno Fernando and Clint Capella who aren't great at free throw shooting. And again, the Celtics barely outshooting him in the free throw percentage is still a concern with this squad, something that needs to be worked on. The Celtics were also out-rebounded on the offensive and defensive glass. Tried to clean it up a little bit more on the offensive side, but they were just out-hustling us. Had more assists. The Celtics did play a little better on the defensive side, getting more steals and blocks. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown both having two of them apiece in the first half, but then only 3 total steals after the first quarter, where the Hawks also rivaled the Celtics with points in the paint, but clearly just outshot the Boston Celtics. Now, this team had no Derrick White, it had no Jrue Holiday, and I would consider those two the playmakers, the setters up for this offense, the guys that really initiate and run how this offense can be constructed. Tonight, we saw point guard Jayson Tatum, and even though he had 37 points, played fantastic with 5 assists, 8 rebounds, and 2 steals, trying to heat up this squad. 2 for 7 from the three-point range is not what you want to see out of your star player. Sam Hauser also got the starting bid, took a bunch of shots, which shows the Celtics are confident in him, but 2 for 10 from that three-point line. Porzingis had 17, 50% from the field, but again, struggling from that three-point range, 1 from 4. It was just not falling for this Celtics squad, and they were living and dying by that three-point ball. Jaylen Brown tried to control it, and Jayson Tatum tried to control it in the second half, attacking the rim more. As you can see, 10 for 22 from the field from Brown with 24 points and 4 rebounds. But again, 2 for 7 from the three-point range. The bench tried to help out and do all their solids. Fiba was 100% from the field with 6 points and 3 assists. Payton Pritchard, another fantastic game with the Celtics squad. 7 for 12 from the field. 1 for 5 from 3, which is not great, and missed 2 clutch free throws, but 5 total rebounds, 6 total assists with 15 points. And Jaden Springer, true definition of stay ready. A guy who's at, call him the 14th spot, 13th spot, wherever you want to say, since we don't have 15, and I'd call Jordan Walsh the 14th spot at this point. But Jaden Springer, basically the 13th guy in this rotation, getting 8 minutes when the Celtics needed some defensive stops. He came out and helped, got a big-time steal that led a little bit of an aggression for the Celtics to, hype up some momentum back, and got a finish at the basket with 1 total rebound and 2 points and 1 total block. But again, just not that much pressure on a guy like Jaden Springer for teams to be scared and worried about him. They can sag off him a little bit on offense, not really worry about him as much, and it allows for them to heighten up and play a little bit more tighter defense on the Jays and on our wings. Now, if we want to look at the Atlanta Hawks, like I mentioned, DeAndre Hunter, 24 points, Bogdanovich, 22 points, Murray, 19 with 15 assists, Vit Krejci, 15 points, Bruno Fernando, 13. They absolutely dominated us in the post and in the paint. Capella had a double-double with 14 and 12. Bruno Fernando, ex-Boston Celtic, got his revenge with 13 points with 6 or 7 from the field. And again, look at that three-point percentage. 50%, 50%, 50%. DeJounte Murray was the only one that shot poorly for them from the three-point range. If you look at the Boston Celtics, everybody shot poorly tonight besides Svi Mykhailiuk. And like I mentioned in the introduction, This is sad. This cannot be happening because the Boston Celtics, they just clinched the first spot in the Eastern Conference. They, want to remain a top contender in this league. And they can't be having these games because then you're going to hear some outside noise, some from other fan bases. I've already seen it on Twitter. The game ended not even 20 minutes ago. And you can already see the Warriors fans, the Lakers fans, the Heat, the Bucks fans coming out of the closet. Oh, Jayson Tatum. Oh, Celtics. Oh, they choked the... Let's pump the brakes here. The Celtics, like I mentioned, didn't have their playmakers like Derrick White. They didn't have Jrue Holiday. They didn't have their key guys to run the offense and get this offense how it clicks. And we saw that with the last time the Celtics went on a 2-game skid versus the Cavaliers and the Nuggets. They ran kind of similar offenses and tried to run through that as well. And it just doesn't work. It's been a main problem with the Boston Celtics, in the last couple of years. Running the offense through Brown, running through the offense through Tatum, letting them play ISO and drain out the clock and trying to take these big-time shots. It just doesn't work for us in these clutch moments. We need to readjust that, have our key players, because then not every team is just worried about Jaylen Brown taking that last shot or worried about Jayson Tatum not taking that last shot. We have other creators and other guys that can get separation and create for other guys when they're playing a little bit of lackadaisical defense. Again, Celtics unfortunately out-rebounded, did not hit a lot of free throws. I mentioned this in the live stream as well. One of our great community members, Dwayne Dodson, was mentioning this, but they weren't playing at 100%. The first quarter came out guns a-blazing. Jaylen Brown, big three, got the and one foul, big steal, big slam. You saw that. But then after that first quarter, it was, we're going to let the G League guys have fun. We want to let them take over this game. And did not work. Not that they got any minutes, but that's what I felt. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to see guys like Springer and Kada and everybody come out for this squad, but no, we ultimately saw us choke, collapse, have another, big, explosion in our face. And this isn't the first time, like we mentioned. We saw it with the Cavaliers in the fourth quarter. We saw it with the Milwaukee Bucks. Luckily, we came out clutch in that game. We did it with the Timberwolves as well back in January, but we came out clutch. And tonight, another loss. But is this a key issue? Is this something to worry about if you're a Celtics fan? No. Because the Boston Celtics are going to lose games. It's going to happen. Let's not forget, we are 54-18, guys. We have, 57-15. Nothing to worry about with this Celtics squad. We are A-okay. We have that first seed locked up. We're going to have home court advantage for the playoffs. And if we have any hiccup games like this, we automatically have that game 5, have that game 7 to clean up our mistakes and take the series underneath us. Hyping up, I was looking forward to playing the Hawks in a playoff series. Now, I don't really know. But I ain't worried. I ain't scared. Just a fluke loss from this team. Not able to score late in the clutch minutes. But they have done it in the past. They have proved that they can score and win games in the clutch. So it's not something to freak out. Not something to worry about. Like I mentioned, not robots, not perfect. Jayson Tatum had a fantastic game for the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis tried to help out, but basically everyone was just not hot from three, and the Hawks were hitting them. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Your guys' reactions to this game. Honestly, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit defeated after that first quarter, that big explosion, but hey, it's okay. We'll get our revenge. We're playing them again Thursday night. We'll have to bounce back, and we're going to, come out guns a-blazing in that game. Finally, before we wrap up the video, if you guys are new here, if you guys aren't, we do have the comment of the day. Like I mentioned, let us know what your guys' thoughts and comments down below so you guys could be featured for the comment of the day. And today's comment is from Shiv Patel, 5841, saying that Jrue needs to take his time and get ready for Davison. I agree. Celtics, he came out and said that he's okay. A little bit of a shoulder bump. He'll be fine. Definitely need to rest him. Could have used him tonight. Could have used him for that playmaking. Could have used him for that defense. But like we mentioned, he'll be fine. He'll be okay. It's nothing to be scared about. Give him a little bit of rest. Wait till after this weekend. Maybe he'll be back next week. Play him for a little bit, a while, then rest him for the last week, and we'll be ready to go. But let me know, like I said, what you guys think. Unfortunately, tonight the Celtics did lose this game. Clint Capella was just dominating, a force in the paint. Nothing the Celtics could do to stop it. Things we need to work on for sure, but like I mentioned, this team is not perfect. It's not a constructively built sound system. They're not robots. They're going to lose games like this, and it's A-okay. Let's not freak out. Let's not worry. And let's not let those trolls from these other fan bases get in our way, because the Celtics are still pushing for that banner 18, and I am not worried. Like I mentioned, if you guys enjoy the videos, if you guys enjoy the content, check out the videos at the top. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like. We got the Discord now posted in the description. Now it should be ready to go. We got the Twitter as well. Drop a follow into the Discord. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.